Killing 8 people in some shootings across the Atlanta area will be in court. 6 of those victims were Asian women. 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long claims the shootings were not racially motivated. He instead is blaming a sex addiction, saying he just wanted to eliminate these places that allowed him to give into temptation. But detectives are not ruling this out as a hate crime at this time. Officials say Long was actually on his way here to our state of Florida and intended to commit similar crimes here when they caught up with him. Now, one of the officials who held the briefing on that shooting spree, Captain Jay Baker, is facing a lot of scrutiny this Thursday morning. It's all over social media. While speaking about these attacks, he described the suspect as, quote, having a bad day. Screenshots have also surfaced of a since deleted Facebook post, which he shared images of a T-shirt with an anti-Asian slogan and encouraged people to buy them.
And this incident comes as Asian Americans face increased discrimination, hate, and violence across the country. Vicki Nguyen takes a look at how these communities are coping.
This morning, 8 grieving families and countless communities reeling after Tuesday night's deadly shooting spree in Georgia.
We just heard numerous gunshots.
Authorities have not ruled out whether the crimes were racially motivated, but the shooter has denied race being a factor.
Whether it's explicitly called a hate incident is irrelevant. 6 of the 8 people murdered were Asian American. 7 of 8 were women. This man targeted places where Asian Americans were working.
Actor and activist Daniel Dae Kim will be testifying later this morning before the House Judiciary Panel on discrimination and violence against Asian Americans during COVID.
I'm going to talk about our history here and how we are American, and how we are at a crucial point where our government can decide to see us or invisibilize us. And what will it be?
I know you've had conversations with your parents as well about their safety. What are you telling them?
This is happening to our elderly and to Asian women. This is what's heartbreaking to me. But many of us are not born here, so we don't take it for granted. And to see, people like my parents who have given their lives to this country, and to see that this is the reward for their hard work, for putting their heads down and believing in the American dream is hard.
It comes in a year where China was closely linked to the spread of the coronavirus.
The China virus.
While Asian Americans did not bring coronavirus to the U.S., they have been a frequent target. A new report from Stop AAPI Hate shows over the past 12 months, nearly 4,000 anti-Asian incidents were reported from all 50 states. 68% were verbal assaults, 11% physical attacks. Women reported twice as many incidents as men.
We need to recognize that we are in a collective trauma experience.
Dr. Jenny Wang is a clinical psychologist.
What can we do right now to help cope?
We are in what's called a stress response cycle. We need to engage with the people we love. We need to embrace them. We need them to hold us, because that is a way that our body re-regulates and says, I'm still safe in the midst of this chaotic world.
Dr. Wang, my friend's daughter, who is 9 years old, said to her, Mom, why do they hate us? Why do they hate Asians? How do you respond to a child that young, and how do you provide comfort?
I think when we talk to children about what's going on currently, or even just broadly about racism, I think one of the most important things we need to emphasize is safety, that you are safe.
In addition to Kim, a growing list of celebrities like LeBron James, Ellen DeGeneres, and Wanda Sykes speaking out against violence towards Asian Americans.
There are more of us who do care. And I think those people are in the African American community, the Latinx community, the white community, and the Asian community. But I really do believe we are stronger together.